Hey everybody, this is Minion Soldier and this is Ship Updates. Now we don't have a lot this week, but we do have some good stuff, so let's get started. Now the first couple of images I'm going to show you are things that we have seen in one form or another before, but still, some new stuff, some new shots, and this is working on the brand new Cutlass interior. And so you can see the beds, you can see the entry for the turret, and of course you can see the rear to the door, so once again giving you an idea of the greater dimensions within the new Cutlass. After that, Sandy also gave us a shot of the Idris interior. Now once again, thanks to what we saw in the Gamescom demo, we know that you can land an Idris on a planet, and of course it has a ramp, so that interior hangar space possibly could be used for ground vehicles as well, adding yet another dimension to the Idris and some real potential value if it were included with 3.0. Fingers crossed. Then of course we got the not really a reveal of the Consolidated Outland Pioneer, the construction ship, which is probably going to be going up for sale during CitizenCon. Now there's a lot of people who have been kind of theory crafting the price on this. Some people have said 300, some people have gone into astronomical numbers. I'm favoring the $500 to $700 range for this ship, being that it is going to be a construction vehicle, or it is supposed to be. I'm sure we're going to find out a lot more as to what that entails at CitizenCon, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who are dying to pick one up if it does fulfill their expectations. Now, of course, on last week's ATV, we were hearing about the updated cockpits on plenty of fighters, and here is one of them. This is the Aegis Saber, the stealth fighter that is sort of a competitor, but not quite, slightly different because of its stealth capabilities. Kind of like the Super Hornet, kind of not. This is a very much a fan favorite ship, and here is the updated cockpit. Still a little heavy on the MFDs, but it is looking really nice, and the updates do kind of breathe some life into the ship. And as a lot of these ships are moving forward, you're going to see the cockpits look more like actual cockpits and less like, digital creations. These things look a little bit more lived in. The seats have some wrinkles, they have some snags on them. It looks like they've been used, and so kind of making them live and breathe a little bit more in this digital universe. Now of course I've speculated on could the Idris be included in 3.0 or possibly like the Reclaimer, but I think the Reclaimer is a huge long shot. The Idris, we have seen it functioning within 3.0, is going back as far as Gamescom, so that is kind of a possibility, but realistically, how long are we going to have to wait for 3.0 until we actually know? So the question is, will 3.0 make it out in time for CitizenCon, at least in a PTU version? I would say probably not. It would be nice to see. I'm not saying that because I think they're not going to get it done or anything like that. It's just there's obviously a lot of work to be done. There's still a lot of problems with the client, and obviously if you release it now with all these problems and people are logging in and depending on the specs of their machine or just a random roll of the dice, they're maybe playing for 5 minutes and then the game craps out, or 15 minutes and the game craps out. That's not good for anybody. And so as much as I want to see the 3.0 release, and as much as I've been talking about it and I want to play it, I want to play it for more than 5 minutes. If someone were to ask my opinion at CIG and say, when should we release this? Like, if you're reasonably certain that anybody can get at least 2 hours of continuous gameplay before it craps out and crashes, I'd say release it then. With all the little bits and pieces working and it runs stable for at least 2 hours, yeah, I'd say release it then. But if it's buggy, if it's crashing, if a lot of things aren't working, that's really not going to really not going to do a lot for people. People have been waiting a long time for the 3.0 release, and so I would probably aim for an actual production, air quotes, release of 3.0 by the end of the year, and PTU maybe November, mid-November. Now I know that some people will be, angry about what I just said, but this time last year when people were asking about the 3.0 release because it was slated for the end of 2016, I said probably not before summer. And of course here we are now in autumn, or just about to cross over into autumn, and we're so close. But it's that last mile is a long ass mile. In the end, I hope that CitizenCon is going to at least show us some really cool shit along with the new construction ship. And we just got to be patient for a little while longer. Play the shit out of the games that we're playing now, and just keep one eye on Reddit like we have been for the last little while. And hopefully, some point soon, we'll get a PTU client and we'll be able to test things out. Anyways, that's the show for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.